comes VRT, here comes VRT, right down podcast lane. It's Joey and Colin and Nicholas, and we have a guest again.
Podcast.
Peace on earth and really good podcasts, that's all we really want.
Yes.
So stick them earbuds in your ears, because VRT comes right now.
Ha, ha.
Welcome to Very Real Talk, everybody, for another week. And guess what, gang? It's Christmas time. Christmas time is here. Time for podcasts and cheer.
Oh, man.
I'm just going to break into some Christmas song riff every chance I get. I hope you guys like them so far.
I'm excited.
In Sage House, we sing Christmas time is here. We sing that whenever the siblings start like screaming at each other. So we have a large family, so whenever like something really terrible is happening, you know,
You and your brother are just over in the corner.
It's usually my brother will be like, Christmas time is here.
It's like the equivalent of a sad finger gun.
Yeah.
Just like when something shitty
Right.
happens, you're just like, pew, pew.
Arrested Development, the sad Charlie Brown song
Yeah.
that plays and like walking away when something happens.
Yeah, it's Christmas time. I'm your Saint Nick, and I got some elves here with me. That's right. I'm the one who talks first, so you guys are my elves.
Right.
Deal with it. You have to scoot those kids up into my lap. You have to deal with the shitty parents taking the pictures.
Right.
I just get to make fucking wishes come true.
Yeah, you like take me by like the back of my shirt and my belt, and you throw me into a room. You're like, edit!
Yeah.
Edit all the episodes!
Edit the episode.
Post it on social!
I have to go
Whoa.
make jokes.
You have to edit the episodes. I have to take care of the reindeer.
Yeah. Colin is watching my dogs all the time.
Oh yeah, and I also have to fix his Yaris.
Yeah.
It's always breaking down.
And I'm just out
Yeah,
there.
he's like, feed the reindeer, and he throws a wrench at me, and I'm just like,
figure it out.
is it the oil? What's happening?
It's the reindeer!
Yeah, it is bright red, just like I assume Santa's sleigh is. Thanks, popular Western media.
Yep.
Yeah, we're here again for another week celebrating Christmas with you guys. Not to be exclusive, we'll celebrate the other holidays. We just don't know anything about them. I saw the
It's true.
Rugrats episode for Hanukkah, okay? So I know a little bit about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That was a good one.
Yeah. So if you're celebrating those other holidays, congratulations. Is that the right word?
Yeah, sure.
We respect your holiday traditions. Happy holidays, I'll say to everybody,
Hey.
okay?
Next time, baby.
Next time.
Terrence Howard hit us with that next time.
Next time, baby. 2 + 2 does not equal 4. Terrence Howard.
So I got some people with me, as per usual. The first person I'm going to talk to, his name is Colin Sage.
Yes.
Colin, if you could name your own reindeer, what do you think you'd name it?
Man, I had a good one for this. I'm thinking,
Knife deer.
no. Obviously, it would either be Benjamin
Okay.
or it would be like Subject 1872.
Ooh, okay.
Because if that reindeer can fly, you know I'm going to turn all government on him and try to like eat him or
so he
like
can get his
absorb his
special
powers.
flying powers,
I'm going
yeah.
to put him in a lab and I'm going to try to clone him.
Okay.
Obviously. Like, why would
Obviously.
I not do horrible government shit to this flying reindeer? 'Cause
Why
I
wouldn't
want
you? Yeah.
his powers.
Yeah. Just like the government wants
Right.
superpowers.
So subject like 187.
Okay.
6309, you know, because we have fun in the lab. Sometimes.
Yeah, we're down there in the lab mixing
we're
up concoctions.
We're singing songs while we commit atrocities.
Yeah.
There are
It's fun.
beakers there. Beakers are always fun.
Right, and Joey's there. He's not going to tell you, but he's
That's
also
my
there.
editing cave.
Speaking of Joey Potter's here. He's my brother. He's the other person that does this podcast with me.
Boy.
Joey, Jack Frost, or Olaf from Frozen? What's your preferred snowman? We're talking Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton, Jack
Yeah.
Frost, or Olaf.
Yeah. Now, before you answer, keep in mind, he was really good at snowball fights. Okay? And then on the other side, Olaf isn't aware of the sun and heat and that he is very fragile. So,
Right.
Yeah. I still think I have to go with Jack Frost.
but he was a bad father.
He's a ghost dad.
Well, I know all about that.
Oh, shit. Christmas time is
Colin, every time he gets a little blue, just do that. And if he doesn't, Joey, just cut that out and put it back in somewhere.
Agreed.
But yeah, Olaf, I don't know. I've seen Frozen once. I did play Kingdom Hearts 3, which is basically watching Frozen, but every 5 minutes it cuts to Sora, Donald, and Goofy going like, whoa. And then it cuts back to the movie.
Yeah. It's like, wow, this game is 25 hours long of cutscenes. It's incredible.
Yeah, and but yeah, I think I still have to go with Jack Frost. I like the more realistic whimsicalness of him versus the more like musical whimsicalness
They're
of
both
Frozen.
created by Christmas magic. Well, I'd say Jack Frost is created by Christmas magic. Olaf is created by really vague powers that a princess has. So
Just let it go, Nick. All right?
Yeah.
that's what I try to live my life by,
Yeah.
Joey. Ever since that song came out and I was just like belting it in my car in Chicago crying because my life was falling apart.
Why can't I have an ice castle?
Christmas time is here.
And we have a guest again this week for Christmas. It's my wife, Blair. Hi, Blair.
Hi, Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Happy holidays. Try again.
Happy holidays.
There you go. Be inclusive.
It's a war on Christmas.
God. Blair, I have a question for you.
Yeah, hit me.
What are you getting me for Christmas this year?
Whoa.
What am I going to find under the tree?
You are an impossible person to shop for
I am
or surprise.
impossible to shop for.
Whoa, is
Yeah.
it a Nintendo Switch?
No, she already got that for me.
Yeah,
She
that was-
surprised me. It
Is it
wasn't
a
during Christmas.
Nintendo Switch? And then I get the other one.
Yeah, I go, oh,
Okay,
you
yeah.
you accidentally got me an extra. You know who is really going without a Switch? It's my friend Colin, and he needs one.
Right. Well, I'll take your old one or your new one. You know, whatever. Mix them up.
Okay.
I mean, I could do that. It would just be another in a long line of failed Christmas presents for you.
Yeah, I'm really hard to shop for.
Yeah.
Because they either want really specific things that I don't tell anybody, or like, how about a new TV this year?
Yeah.
Because you have no feelings.
Yeah.
Christmas.
I'm going to be searching those closets, and all I'm finding is like presents for Quinn, and I'm like, what is this shit? I can't play with this Elmo. It's boring. It doesn't do anything. He doesn't even play games. Like, I can't play Fallen Order on this Elmo.
Oh, but he will let me tickle him.
So, guys, let me just cut to the chase. We all know what our topic is. It's all things Christmas. Let's cut to it. Now, Joey, edit this. Joey, you did a good job editing that. I'm really proud of you. You're in your cave working hard for old Saint Nick, bringing the boys and girls of podcast land what they want.
Right. You keep working hard, Joey. I see you working. I'll get us this flight power anytime. We're gonna get
Just sawing more reindeer in half.
Get a graphs like a hoof onto our foreheads or something. It'll work.
My elves do a great job. I really appreciate them. Okay, no raises this year though.
Oh, okay.
So,
You
guys,
pay him?
yeah, Colin fixes my car, man. Of course I pay him.
Right.
You just sit in your little sad cave clicking buttons and stuff.
He pays me in more flying reindeer.
Yeah, more. I go capture a reindeer. I'm like, you can experiment on this one too.
Does it fly? I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. It was on the ground when I found it. Doesn't mean it doesn't fly.
It flew when my Yaris ran into it, and now I needed the Yaris fixed.
Yours fixed. You do this first, then you can get to your reindeer. So, guys, I thought we'd start this off with maybe everyone talking about their best or worst Christmas gifts. We all like gifts, but sometimes they bad. Sometimes people do a bad job.
Yeah.
But sometimes people do a really good job.
Yeah, sometimes people get you socks.
Yeah.
And
When-
they're not fun socks.
when
They're
my-
just regular socks.
When my wife reads my mind and nails it, it's so good. Sometimes she whiffs. I don't know.
Yeah, it happens.
I'll start with one of mine before Joey gets to it. I don't know if he would, but because it's kind of ironically funny.
Yeah.
It's kind of silly funny. One of my most prominent memories and a really good gift was the one time we were at my dad's house and he came downstairs with like a Walgreens bag full of video games.
Yep.
Whoa, Walgreens.
It was just like it could have been a Walmart bag.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping it would be Walgreens. It'd be mysterious. It'd be like, how did this happen?
No, it was just like a plastic bag full of video games. Because that was when Joey? We were like 15 and you were like 13 or something like that.
I think we were younger than that because we were still going there.
Yeah.
And we had just we had a PS2, we had a GameCube, we had just got an Xbox, so we needed to fill that
That's
shit
right.
up.
Yeah, we needed to have lots and lots of video games. So for our dad, we just like wrote down a bunch of video games. We're like, we'll get some of these.
Yeah.
And then my dad just like, here you go. Here's
Basically made it rain on us.
yeah. Like it would have been even better if he would have just like emptied the bag out onto our heads.
That was what I was mentally imagining.
Yeah,
Right.
like he and me and Joey were just screaming like, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that Christmas. I was going to bring that up. I'll bring up the other one that you want to bring up. But I just remember like sitting there on our tummies, like style, looking at the pile of games that we had like gotten. Like we got like Halo 1, Halo 2, some Splinter Cell games. I got a bad Transformers game.
Yeah.
Like I remember all that.
Yeah, Pandora tomorrow, baby.
Chill.
Yeah, that was a great Christmas gift where we just like that's every kid's dream. It's just like it. We didn't even have to unwrap them one at a time. He just like tossed it down, like
out.
boom, nailed it. We're
Man.
like, yeah, you did. Wow, great job. Because you know why? Because you got all the ones we asked for, plus maybe a couple random ones
Yes.
that like the GameStop guy just like upsold you. Blair, what's one of your best gifts you ever got for Christmas?
I was really looked forward to my stocking. Mm-hmm. Mom does she goes big.
Her
on the
mom
stockings.
does a really great stocking. It's not just
Yeah.
like candy.
No. Well, she wraps each individual gift
Oh, wow.
inside the
Each
stocking.
individual
So
gift.
even if
like Hershey Kisses.
well, not the candy. The
Okay.
candy is not wrapped, but like
My mother does the same thing.
yeah, it's so great. It feels like you have 1,000 presents.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing. And you always get just like cool little knick-knack stuff that I now know
Lottery
just came from like the
tickets.
Dollar General, but man.
And she does a great job of like interspersing the candy throughout. It's not just like
Yep.
sitting at the
Yep.
bottom. It's just like, oh, there's some on the top, there's some in the middle. You know, you never know when candy's going to show up.
strategically
And then I
placed.
take like 2 pieces and I push the rest over to my wife.
and I take them all.
And that's what marriage is.
Yep.
Oh.
In case you guys didn't know.
The end.
Yeah.
But I want the candy.
Well, then you have to find yourself a wife that doesn't want the candy. And
Yeah,
she
that's
pushes
that's
it to
really
you.
it's not just like giving your wife all the things. It's that you give the things you don't want to your partner instead
And
of just
hopefully
throwing them
they
in the
want those
garbage.
things.
Right.
Oh, I see. See, I would keep all the candy and then give my wife the tangerine that was at the bottom of the stocking.
I want to slide her like my student debt. It's like,
Yeah.
I'll pay some of it.
I pretty much slid my student debt over to my wife.
That's exactly what
I don't
happened,
even know what's
actually.
going on with that. She's just like, I did something with it. She told me exactly what it was. I just don't remember, so I said something.
Right. So
yeah.
you started calling it a tangerine.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like gave her my tangerine.
Yeah.
Makes it sound more appealing.
Right. Anyway, gave my wife tangerine. Now I'm divorced.
Christmas time is here.
Thank you. I was waiting for that.
Yeah, we all jumped on that train. Colin, what's one of your favorite gifts you ever got?
Oh, man. I'm going to go opposite of you boys. Video games were great, but back in the 90s, man, like interactive board games
Okay.
were king.
Yeah.
And what do you know about, let's see. I have a bunch of really good ones, but I'll pick out just one. Weapons and Warriors.
Whoa, I don't even know what that is.
Oh man, that's still in my parents' basement. Oh, basically, you got 2 teams, right? Mm-hmm. And there's the attackers and the defenders. And instead of just like a weak ass board game, it's a big ass motherfucking plastic castle.
Wow.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Right?
Okay.
You got to build that shit, and then the attackers have like a little base they build, and then you get these little catapults that actually work. These little like cannons and ballistas that work, and you put little plastic balls in there, and you shoot them like at 1,000 miles an hour.
Definitely are swallowable. Definitely can take your eye out.
Right.
But hey,
Definitely.
it was the time of lawn darts. We didn't know any better.
They
They
definitely
still
go.
had mercury in thermometers.
They definitely go down into the floor vents.
Yeah.
And you lose all those plastic balls. No, but I mean, it was even rigged up with rubber bands, so if you hit a soft spot on the castle, like shit would explode.
Oh my god!
Like plastic pieces would go everywhere, and you had to eliminate all the other dudes on the other team.
I'm just imagining the setup for this.
Yeah.
Sounds like a nightmare.
It's a real mousetrap style.
Right,
Yes.
but it's like really long because there's the two bases and there's a bunch of. It's like little snap together, flimsy cardboard
Sounds like
pieces
if, like,
in between. It's like 6 feet long.
Yeah, it sounds like if Battleship were actually cool.
Right, and then you have to get down to aim.
So is it skill based? Like you have a
absolutely.
turn to shoot this, and if you whiff, you whiff.
Right, absolutely. So you
that's
roll the
fucking
dice,
cool.
and then you can either move a dude with the dice roll or shoot that many times. And if you move a dude, then you can basically have to shoot next, like cornhole rolls, shoot next to your base or behind it. But if you move a guy up the path, you can shoot next to him. So you can get closer,
okay.
but then you got this dude out there.
Yeah.
That sounds
And there was
pretty
like
sick.
a forest in the middle of plastic trees. You could move a dude up in there and hide him in the trees.
Ooh, so there's strategy and skill.
Right. But the crazy thing is, we were kind of poor. We didn't have a lot of space. So finding a room that you could lay out this like 6 feet long, 7 foot long board and then lay down on your tummy to shoot the thing on each end of the board was impossible.
Yeah, go out in the driveway and lose them all in the grass.
Right. It was like, if we like half of it's in the hallway and then we kind of like bend the board a little bit over.
Yeah.
And we just ricochet. And then the dog eats all the
Yeah.
pieces.
Blair, I won't be home tomorrow night. I'm going to be playing this board game with Colin at his house.
Still have it.
Yeah.
It's most of the pieces still.
Wow.
And like 4 of those balls. So,
Man, I just thought of another really good Christmas gift that we got, Joey, and that's a little game called Mr. Bucket.
Whoa.
Mr. Bucket.
I remember the year we got that. We were
so
just
fun.
running around the living room. Like, there was, like, still, like, wrapping paper all over the place, and we were just, like, getting Mr. Bucket going.
I was a little too young to remember that specifically, but I'll never forget Mr.
It was
Bucket.
pretty great. Great gift. Have you guys ever gotten a really, really shitty gift for Christmas?
I mean, obviously, yeah, socks, or you don't want clothes.
Yeah,
or...
what's some of the like I can't we made a rule in my house where like I can't get my wife something that she would use, but it's like a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah,
like, I
no.
can't do that. Even if it's a Roomba though, Blair, like is that a good Christmas gift? Because it's like
that's so
I'm getting you a
fun.
little
That's
robot.
kind of
I don't-
cool.
I'm like afraid of Roombas. I'm afraid they're gonna just like drag poop all over the house.
Yeah.
And have this like irrational. It's been
I
debunked.
thought
It's
you
not
were
a real
like-
thing. It
I mean,
actually
it's-
happened, but like.
Thought it was like Nick like tapes a knife to it and like terrorizes.
Yeah,
me
like
with
that's
it.
your nightmare.
No,
I terrorize you with the Roomba. I'm like, Roomba, clean her up.
no, just like a floor, just striped with.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Okay. He was afraid it was going to eat our baby. It could be a really cool gift if we can teach her to ride the Roomba.
Whoa. Imagine
how
be
cool
a
that would
pretty big Roomba. I don't know.
You call
Is
my
she-
baby fat?
No, but is she like, a cat can ride a Roomba?
Yeah.
Does Quinn weigh as much as a cat? I feel like she doesn't.
Well, she also would have to be still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is very squirmy.
Yeah.
Maybe when she
Every time Joey tries to hang out, she just squirms right out of it.
Oh, you know how you put the baby in the car seat and then you drive around for her to fall asleep? You just put the car seat on top of the Roomba and you don't have to leave your
Then
home.
she's safe, Blair.
Buy it.
Then
You're gonna okay. I thought you were gonna be
Right.
like, no. Okay, I'm glad you're on board.
Then you can
You're
keep
gonna
watching
come home
The
one day
Office
and
at
she was
home.
asleep on the Roomba, and I'm watching Frasier, just like this is perfect.
Yeah, magic.
And we've also forget it's cleaning our house.
Yeah.
So
Double duty.
yeah.
It's strewing poop all over your house, but you don't care. Your daughter's
Debunked.
asleep. How is it debunked?
There was this like internet story where they said that like he walked in and like the room was like covered in poop because it run over one piece of poop, but
Daddy
then
daycare style.
there
Yeah,
it is.
daddy daycare style.
But that didn't never actually happened. It was debunked.
Dag, internet hoax, gang.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if there was some diarrhea on the floor, the Roomba would just ride around with that shit.
Apparently it's got like sensors and it knows when it's overwhelmed. It'll just shut down.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I buy that.
Yeah.
I'd literally buy that. Where do I buy one?
Anywhere on the internet, they're all several $100s still. Like, I can't believe they're still so
All right.
expensive.
Well, maybe Blair, you get Nick 2 Roombas, and then he has to give one to me.
Wow.
Have you guys seen the Roomba lawnmower?
Yes, I have. That
Yeah.
automatically mows your grass.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
just like, it looks like the top of like a trash can.
Yeah. As a dad, that's my heaven.
Yeah.
Is a robot. I don't have to pay anybody, and I get to sit inside and not mow my grass.
You have to have like the
man.
flattest,
I know.
squarest one.
My
Yeah.
yard is a big old hill.
Yeah, you got that huge hill up
Yeah,
front.
it would flip over and like cut up the neighbor's dog or something. Be terrible.
So I can't think of I can't think of any specific gifts, but at the same time, pretty specific. If I'm getting undies
Yeah.
and socks, no. As a child, it was like, no, thank you. I think I would even say like, oh, this is great, but I just didn't want this. Sorry.
Have you ever said to somebody, "I don't want this"? Sorry.
Yeah, I think I did, but for undies all the time, especially if it's like your aunt. Who would just like, anyway, here's like tidy whities for you. Like, what the fuck? Why do I have to receive this in front of everybody? Even as a young kid, when you shouldn't care about anything, you're just still like, what the fuck? I put my tiny white ass in this. Why is that? Why are we making a big deal of this? Where's the Power Rangers?
Yeah.
I have another bad gift that was kind of a good bad gift. This was back in like 2007, before there was like streaming all over the place and stuff. I wanted the entire series of the show Boy Meets World on DVD, but it didn't exist. Disney was not selling it. There was like maybe one, like the first season, which is like the worst because he's a little baby boy and they're all
Yeah.
kind of bad actors. So I found this like obscure website that was like, yeah, we have the whole series of Boy Meets World. And I was like, yes, sick. This is awesome. Grandmother, please buy this for me. And, you know, she wasn't that great at the internet, so she didn't realize what exactly she was getting. So I opened this thing on Christmas Day, and it is just like one of those, like,
Jewel cases.
booklets, like, of
Yeah.
burnt DVDs.
Yeah.
Like the
Clear
the-
sleeve.
Yeah, well, it was like a book you could open,
Yeah.
and on the front cover was like a shittily printed like JPEG of like the Boy Meets World logo, like no one's face. It was just like the logo.
I've seen these.
And I cracked it open, and it was just it had like once again like pasted on like the DVD covers.
Yeah.
With just the shitty Boy Meets World logo on it, with like typed in print like episodes 1 through 7, and then I was like really disappointed because the obviously the website made it look better than this.
Yeah.
I popped that first burnt DVD into the DVD player, and guess what? It is in fact a burnt DVD of like they recorded the episodes on the Disney Channel. So like the little Disney Channel tickers at the bottom, like Lizzie McGuire's coming up next, and even had a few of like the commercial breaks where it was just like, you remember on the Disney Channel when they used to have the rod and they would
Yeah,
like
they'd
draw
make
the
the kids-
Disney like
Yeah,
the
like
Mickey
to the
Mouse.
ears. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like, here's Christy Carlson Romano from Even Stevens, and I'm watching Disney Channel, and she'd draw the thing. Or like the Lizzie McGuire cartoon would draw it.
You kind of sound like a rich suburb white toast boy that has never pirated media before and had to watch, logos and bad quality.
I didn't know
maybe Korean
anything
subtitles.
Yeah.
Maybe people getting up and walking in front of the movie screen. That's normal. That's a normal thing.
I didn't know anything
year was
about
this?
that
Yeah.
stuff. I didn't know how to get that on the internet. If I would have, or if I could have, if I knew how, I would have done it.
Yeah, but also,
man.
Colin, you're getting that stuff for yourself. Nick purchased a like a physical
Grandma
thing. Yes, someone purchased a physical thing.
And I asked for
know.
it for
I'm-
Christmas.
it's
I was
funny to
like,
me.
grandmother, please purchase me the entire Boy Meets World series.
Because
I have to go
right.
clean my monocle.
Before
Yeah.
you understood how these things worked, it was fun. I remember watching a like cam of Harry Potter, the first one, the very first movie. So this is like 2001. And it was just like, why are people walking in front of the screen? I don't understand. Like, I couldn't comprehend that it was
Magic.
somebody in the movie theater with a camera. It was like,
Yeah.
but this is a like a DVD. It might have been a DVD or it might have been a VHS, like of the movie. Like this is the real movie. I don't get it. What's happening?
Right. I thought it was a real box
Everything
set.
far
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, I had the same experience in like a DVD I bought in like Chinatown. I was like, oh, I'm so ready. I can't wait to watch this. I'd never seen a cam
Right.
before. Like, what?
Oh man.
I have one that is kind of like Christmas could have been ruined.
Okay.
So, there were three of us. Mm-hmm. We'd always find our presents, no matter
Right.
what.
Yeah, we were just scouring.
Yeah. We found my mom's hiding place first was the trunk of the minivan,
Right.
and then she just throw a blanket over it. It's just like, hey, guess what? We can get in that car.
Right.
Then it was we had a basement, and there was just like a bunch of boxes like under the stairs, and then that became her spot, and then we got that all the time. But there was one Christmas at our grandmother's house, and we snuck into her room, and we weren't allowed in her room really.
Yeah.
And we looked in her closet, and there was a Nintendo 64.
Whoa.
And then I remember still like seeing it and then hearing her call like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And then we like scurried out. And then she would probably have never done this, but she was threatening to return it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been the worst thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah, that would have been sad Charlie Browning staring out the windows, seasons pass.
Whoa.
Like, it could have been bad because also N64, in hindsight, not a great console. A lot of nerd shit about third parties and all that kind of stuff. But for me, it was probably what kind of pushed me over into being a gamer. Because we had Smash Bros. That I still play to this day, Pokemon Stadium, like all that kind of
Pokemon
stuff.
Snap.
Pokemon Snap. But yeah, it could have been a tragic Christmas.
Change the
Yeah.
course of your
Not
life.
even sad Christmas time is here. Christmas time isn't here because the Nintendo 64 is back at Target now. It's gone. Christmas time is at Target.
We had some relatives that lived out of state, and they would just mail their presents in like way early. And so because there was like wrapped presents laying around, we'd pester my parents forever. Just like, let us open like one before Christmas. Let us open one. So it was like a weird like tradition / my parents really didn't want it to be a tradition, but they would just give in every year. And then we'd be like, well, last year. And they'd be like, don't talk about last year. A couple times, this happened a couple times, I was like so pumped. And then I opened up and it was like, here's a shitty book about dinosaurs, but it's not.
I'm
not
21
fun.
years old. What are you doing?
Right? It's like not really fun, but it's not. I'm like too young to get the encyclopedia like knowledge from it. Like, like other people are opening up like, oh, I got this cool thing. Oh, I got this cool thing, and it's like
An iPod Nano. Wow.
well,
I got a rock.
This was a bust. I guess I gotta wait like the 3 more days till Christmas. This sucks.
Oh man, I totally won those arguments. I opened presents early every year, always.
Right.
It became like a 12 days of Christmas thing. Like, all right, pick one tonight, and you're gonna have it. Spoiled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm going to bury Quinn's Christmas presents in the backyard. She'll never find them.
Just give her like a map, and she can dig them up herself.
I won't even be able to find them. Like, oh, fuck. I'm sorry.
Man, you're setting me up for the perfect holes reference, but on Tournament, you have struck me down so many times because Sigourney Weaver on Christmas had to dig holes.
There you go. You got it, Joey.
There it is.
All right.
Nick, you can be Sigourney Weaver.
No, Quinn's going to be Sigourney Weaver.
Nick, does that mean you're going to be Mr. Sir to Quinn's Sigourney Weaver? And you're going to just be out in the backyard like with a gun and a cowboy hat and sunflower
Better dig
seeds?
them holes.
Better dig them.
Find me that treasure. I lost it. Our dog dug them up and buried them somewhere else. No, I'm going to hide them at Walmart until Christmas Eve night when I go shopping to do her presents.
You just put it on layaway.
Yeah, it's hiding
always
in the
there.
land of layaway.
Oh, you don't want to do layaway at Walmart. And then you got to go back to the back and the only person back there who can get the stuff is like the person who runs like the photo department, and they don't want to be there.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, can you go back and get my thing? And they're just like, how do I know? I've been that person. And going back and getting the thing is like a maze. And so you're just like, what's your name? I guess I'll go back to the 1,000 boxes back there and look for a fucking name. And there's like 10 people in line. Am I going to do that for every single person? No. I'm just going to go in the back and then go around the store in the alleyway and come out somewhere else. And that's what happens at Walmart.
Yeah.
Don't go there.
Well, I want to put them on layaway, hoping that like a rich person will come in and pay off everyone's layaways. That happens on some Christmases.
Yeah.
Wow.
Didn't Sia just do that?
It's like when I'm just out like in the middle of my neighborhood hoping somebody's going to come by with all the hams for Christmas. Like I'm hoping that some like rich person lived in that neighborhood when they were a kid and they're coming back to make it rain hams on everybody. So I just pick a new neighborhood every year. I have a map and I just cross them off. I'm just in the garage, like both hands on the, like my sleeves are like pushed up, and I'm like, okay, not that neighborhood. And Quinn's like, Dad, are we doing Christmas? And I'm like, not now.
Get the figurines.
Aren't you supposed to be digging?
I'm pretty sure I buried a ham back there years ago. It's probably still good. It's probably extra tender now.
Trying to figure out which neighborhood Jennifer Lawrence lived in, so maybe she comes back with the Christmas hams.
She hates this city.
She was probably like in Anchorage.
Yeah, Prospect,
Well,
Anchorage.
yeah, so-
Prospect kid.
And she's like, they can afford their own hams.
Those
out
are the
there.
rich towns in Louisville.
Yeah, in case you don't know.
international listeners.
Yeah.
International.
Intern, yeah.
Hey, we've got some international listeners. Shout out to my people.
You think for this podcast, we got some people in like Argentina?
I don't know. We've had some in Italy, right? We've had some in
This very real tournament.
It's tournament.
Oh, whatever. There'll be some people in Italy. Hi.
Hey,
Send me a ham. Send me
Grazie.
an Italian ham.
yeah, you guys got Italian ham
Right.
over there.
Don't send it to Nick. He'll just bury it.
Yeah, have my daughter dig it up later. Put it on layaway.
So, do you guys have any like rituals or things you like to do like in December or specifically like on Christmas?
Did you all do?
I like to go down to the mall and fight people.
Well,
Do you at least make it festive?
Yeah, wear my Santa hat.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Scream
and a
Christmas
fake beard
carols.
so they can't track me.
Yeah.
So they don't know who I am.
I just look for like an angry dad that's like getting pulled around to all the stores, and as soon as he goes to grab something off the shelf, I get it first, and I just
Oh, you provoked the fight.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I drive around in the parking lot and steal people's parking spots away from them at the last second. That happens to me every year at Christmas, man. Even if I'm like at the like, I don't know why.
I'm at the gas station.
Hey man,
This is my
Speedway
house.
sells those
What are you
trucks
doing?
every Christmas. Like I'm gonna get that for somebody. They're always like repping those like the freaking gas like tanks, like
The tankers.
yeah, like on their stupid like videos that they have and all the pumps. They're just like, this year we've got the 1978 Speedway gas truck model, only like $39.95 inside. It's next to the Pringles. Like, who's getting that? That's the worst
Well,
parent ever.
You know, do you have like a middle class to like kind of wealthy grandpa?
Yeah.
And you don't know what to get him.
Yep.
And he's kind of grouchy and racist. Like, here, get him this model of a truck. He'll
Yeah,
be disappointed.
He'll remember the old days for a second
right.
and how simple life was.
He'll remember going to speedways. Keep the tradition alive.
I just got the mental image of an old man just the convenience store.
I used to go to the Speedway and get a soda pop for a nickel.
Before they took away my license. So old.
Family's trapped me in his house.
I used to go buy jewel packs before they took away my license.
I used to vape with the kids in the bathroom. That's going to be my story when I'm an old man.
I used to go stand in line at Speedway and then just start shouting out like, "Why is it taking so long?" Make everybody uncomfortable.
Okay, so quick Speedway Christmas story.
Oh, okay.
Totally on
Perfect.
theme. Totally on
So
theme.
specific.
Yes.
How
Okay.
haven't we gotten there yet?
Okay, so I used to date this guy that worked at a Speedway.
Noise.
Yeah, I know. Class.
And you married me? What the hell?
I know. Yeah, really took
You
a
could
step
have gotten
down.
discounts for life.
Yes. I think he works at a Pilot now.
Ooh.
Think how many
moved down.
Speedway truck models you'd have.
Right?
Every year you just get the new model. Just like, honey, please stop. I don't want these. I get them half off.
So they, for some reason, this year they hosted like a decorate your bathroom at your Speedway gas station, and
What?
whoever
Whoa,
it was the bathrooms, and whoever like won this contest would get some kind of prize. I don't know. I think it was like a bonus. It was bathrooms.
I'm confused on the premise, Blair. Who
Decorate-
decorated which bathroom?
So it was all these different Speedway stores.
Okay.
Were competing against each other.
Okay, so the employees
Would decorate the
the bathrooms
bathrooms.
because they're like,
Right.
please clean this. Can we make it a contest? Just
Right,
clean the
that's what I
bathroom.
was about to say. There's so much dried blood in here. Can we just make it Christmas?
Put a bow over it or something. Oh, God.
So the Speedway that he was working at, they got someone that they knew how could paint, and they came in and they did it. It was the men's room,
Jesus.
and they just did all the walls red, like a
Oh,
like a
What
terrifying.
an aggressive
I
bathroom.
thought you were about to say he painted a scene of reindeer and
No.
Santa.
Okay, so all the walls were just red.
What do you do with the
Tiny
condom
little-
machine?
Tiny little closet bathroom, but then peeking out from behind the urinal was the Grinch. And it was
Oh
sort
my
of
God.
coming out, looking at you from behind the
That's
urinal.
horrifying.
And there were eye holes cut out.
Yeah, I used to have pictures. They're long gone on an old phone, but
sad.
that's
Did it
real.
say, your penis grew 3 sizes this day?
It's horrifying.
I wish you would have been in that bathroom with a Sharpie, Colin, making art.
I like how you preface. They brought in a guy who could paint, and I was like, oh, I made a mural. And
That
he
in
just
the same
painted
way
a bed.
that he had arms and hands, he can paint. I can paint.
The Grinch was artfully done.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It was just
Was it-
peeking out from behind the
Was
urinal.
it a really well done Jim Carrey Grinch?
No, it was the original.
Boo.
Right. And then, of
You know I
course,
prefer the original.
I know you do.
I love how it's probably an art student who's down, I make art. And it's but I need money.
Yeah, they paid
It's
this guy
Christmas
$30.
time. All right, get in here with this urinal.
And they walked in, they're like, "What the fuck?"
We didn't even clean
It's
the
you
urinal.
only
Just get in there.
paid me $30.
Yeah, well, it really backfired because people just started missing the urinal intentionally.
Peeing on the Grinch. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, obviously,
Yeah, that
right?
makes too much sense.
Yeah.
Maybe his head was screwed on too tight, or maybe he had piss
They
in his
stopped
mouth.
doing
every
it
day.
because people made the bathroom more dirty than usual.
Yeah.
So, which sad employee had to go and paint over that? That sucks.
Yeah, I don't know. I was gone
In
by
that
then.
bathroom, you can still see an outline of the old Grinch.
It took a lot of layers of paint, I would
Sure.
imagine.
Red?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's the
Red
worst.
and green.
to make it over that piss-soaked drywall in there. Fuck.
I think we were talking about rituals before we going to
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, that's Speedway's
You
ritual.
guys like
Well-
to? I like to drive around and look at the lights.
I was about to say, my mom would make a little Christmas chain out of construction paper, and it was like a little bunch of rings looped together, and every day you'd tear one off, and that was like the next day to
the
Christmas.
countdown to
Oh, like an
Christmas.
advent calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of, but it was like a bunch of, rings out of construction paper, red and green, and then at the top there was a star, and that was Christmas Day, so like December 1st, it'd be whatever that is, 25 rings, and you'd tear one off every day.
Aww.
Yeah, wink, wink. You
Yeah.
all with children.
Yeah, well,
Joey.
we always did the chocolate advent calendars. They make those with booze now.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Our
Joey?
rituals
Did
I
you
come
just
out
say
of my
boobs? What'd you say?
booze.
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 Joey?
Oh,
Drinks.
hey, that does sound like me.
Drinks.
Our advent calendar in our house is every morning I run out of my room and scream, 12 more days!
Yeah.
I
Like,
guess
yeah,
I gotta
Nick.
catch up, guys.
Yeah.
Go get me 25 booze. I'll down them. You can watch.
They have them with the little mini bottles. It's
I'll
cute.
down them. You can watch.
25 bottles of Fireball, and they hang from my ceiling. I drink one every day.
Mine and Joey's Christmas ritual just became
Joey, it's
drive-
March.
It just became driving.
Yeah.
Aw.
We drive closer now. So that's
Yeah.
good.
But it really was like, since our parents were divorced and like we had to go to like 8 different family Christmases, and then when I married Blair, her parents are also divorced,
Yup.
so that's a lot of Christmases.
Yeah.
But we also watched Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah, that's our. You guys have a
Nice.
Christmas movie?
Absolutely, it's Muppet Christmas Carol, and sometimes just is it Muppet Family Christmas, where they bring in the motherfucking Sesame Street, and then it's the Muppets and Sesame Street
Whoa.
and Fraggle Rock.
Wowzers.
Y'all never seen this?
No.
Oh
No,
my
no, I
gosh!
haven't.
It's the Muppets go to like their friend who's like an adult man, and he's
Obviously.
he's an old man, and he's like in a house, and they go out there for Christmas.
My cocaine.
Yeah, no, it's not Michael Caine. It's not as it's TV quality. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
as good. It's like 30 frames a second. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, they go there, and then there's a big blizzard, and so they're all stuck. And then like Kermit takes his little son down into the basement, and they find the Fraggle Rock people.
Whoa, he's hiding them in the basement?
In the basement.
Well, there's
Oh,
the
God.
basement walls like cracked open, and they like
Gotcha,
see into
gotcha,
the,
yeah.
Another dimension.
Right, so it's like a musical, and it's like it's really funny, and Swedish Chef is like hanging out trying to find the Christmas goose or turkey or whatever. And then anyway, at the next day, the blizzard subsides, and they hear singing, and they're like, "Who's that? Look outside! It's motherfucking Sesame Street!"
Damn, tell me
Rolling
how to
up.
get.
All the Sesame Street characters then come into that house with all the Muppet characters, and then Swedish Chef loses his fucking mind when he sees Big Bird because he's trying to cook him up.
Oh!
Yes, it's very funny.
That's precious.
Yeah, check it out. Muppet
Okay.
Family Christmas.
Yeah. I always did Year Without a Santa Claus.
Okay.
There's Snow Miser and Heat Miser.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But we liked the old school. We watched
Right.
like the old
Iced
school
Michu.
Rudolph. The old school Grinch. Very old school.
I'm so glad that we're not in college anymore, so people stop telling me they watch Die Hard for Christmas.
Oh, I was about to say it's the best Christmas movie of all
Nope.
time.
We're out of college, man. You can tell me you told me your real one now. That's now
Sorry, I'll
everyone's
take
not-
down my Scarface poster.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
everyone's not trying to be cool anymore. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, we watch Die Hard," but it's like it's really
Jerked
Muppet
each
Christmas
other off.
Carol.
Yeah. Yeah. No, don't lie.
Obviously.
Yeah. I do like to watch White Christmas, and you every year refuse to watch it with
Yep.
Is
me.
it the Bing Crosby one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she tosses the DVD at me, and I dodge it like the Matrix.
Refuses every year. Promises every year that
yeah,
you'll watch
I
it.
promise this year too.
Okay.
We'll do it.
I'm dreaming of another 50 cigarettes. They had to paint my face so I looked alive. Bing Crosby's on
Yep.
his way out.
Yeah. It's evident in that film. Great movie.
Yeah. Blair, we got to start thinking of traditions to do with our daughter. Like maybe we throw a bone at, like maybe we throw a wrench in the whole thing, and for Christmas we watch like The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Ooh.
I've already been thinking about traditions for Quinn, so yeah, we need to get on it.
You watch The Grinch, but Halloween. Halloween is the Grinch night. You ever seen that one?
Whoa, no, that's a
It's
deep
a
cut.
sequel to the original Grinch, but it's for like Halloween.
Stop that.
We just watch the Lorax every year
It's
now.
really weird in 70s.
Yeah,
I'll just
sounds like
say
it.
that,
Yeah. Yeah, no.
I was hoping you guys would recreate Die Hard.
Oh, okay.
Like you take off Quinn's shoes.
Oh fuck!
And
instead
then
of
you,
glass,
like-
it's just like sugar glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like
Perfect.
stuff her in a vent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
like, everybody get it? Get the
Oh
reference?
man, you all need to do your family card in this vein. Your family Christmas cards, but Home Alone.
It's actually
You have
precious.
her put her hands on her face, and then you're standing over her. Maybe Nick, you take your shoes off and you step on some ornaments. Blair, you shave your head
Yeah.
and get a gold tooth.
It
Yeah,
started out as
that's-
a joke, but I want to make this happen.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to be Pesci or are you Daniel Stern? I guess you're Pesci because
Yeah,
you're shorter than me, and
shorter, yeah.
I'll be Stern.
I mean, Nick, if you just kind of grew your hair out into like a kind of a fro, I feel like you'd be Daniel Stern.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And,
then
I'm
I'll
the
get the
brains of the
beard.
operations.
I'll
Yeah.
keep like trying to interfere with my Die Hard bit, and I'll be Hans Gruber in the background.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm for it.
But you're dressed as Snape.
Yeah. Because it's all, can't really find a Hans Gruber costume. So
Just wearing like a suit.
You send your
boring.
Christmas card, but then there's this like huge like thesis explaining Joey's costume. Joey's like, well, I wanted to do Die Hard, but actually, Snape, and then, what's close enough?
The concept
Mr.
statement.
Potter.
Right. If I could just explain to everyone getting the card, then they would understand.
Christmas is gonna be so different now with a kid. Like,
yeah.
like I'm imagining having on Black Friday, like I'm gonna have to do a Jingle All the Way scenario where I'm Arnold and I'm fighting a mailman, Sinbad style. Like,
Colin,
for the
are you
new
going to be
cool
the
toy.
Sinbad?
Yeah, are you gonna be Sinbad?
Yeah, I'll be Sinbad.
Okay, we have to fight over the new cool toy, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the one in there?
It was Turbo Man.
Turbo.
Turbo
Right.
Man.
Sir.
And then yeah.
And then your career.
And then
will
you're
plummet.
like committing all these like terrible like federal crimes, trying to rip the Turbo Man from my clutches.
Yeah, we go to that secret like Santa fight club.
Yeah.
Man, now I just want to watch Jingle All the Way.
How about Jingle All the Way 2 with Larry the Cable Guy?
What the
That's a real thing.
What the
Fuck you.
That's
happened?
Yes,
What the
that
fuck
really
you?
happened. I thought it was like an internet troll. Like I thought somebody just like photoshopped it, but
That's
it's
what it sounds
real.
like.
I would have thought Jingle All the Way 2 like John Cena.
Right. Nope.
Yeah.
But Larry.
Lawrence the Cable Gentleman.
That sounds worse than the proposed sequel to Space Jam with LeBron James.
Yeah. I think next year for Christmas, our Christmas episode for Very Real Talk, we'll watch Jingle All the Way 2. And then we'll talk about it.
Fuck.
Yep, I'm setting it up.
Fuck.
Christmas time is here. Jeez.
Yeah, like now I have to like buy gifts for a child and
Yeah.
I'm not the child anymore. What? Growing up sucks.
And also, the secret of Santa begins.
Yeah.
I had a coworker tell me today, it's like, my daughter found out that Santa wasn't real last week.
And
She had like a 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was like she was traumatized. She's
Yeah.
like, we just sat in the back seat of the car and cried.
Yeah.
Like,
I just watched her first bit of disillusionment
Right.
wash over her face.
exactly. The loss of her childhood is happening before my eyes.
Yeah.
She found the credit card statements. She knows everything.
Yeah, because we're planning on doing separate Santa gifts
Yes,
that are unwrapped. Save us some time.
correct.
Because that's what our parents did for a little bit.
Yeah.
Santa's presents were unwrapped.
Yeah,
And
my mom
unwrapped-
wrapped all of them,
Yeah.
but I like the idea of an unwrapped Santa gift.
Yeah.
So they're just laying about.
Yeah,
I mean, they're
Just
under
spread
the
'em out.
tree. Yeah, we'll just spread them out.
they're
Those are-
artfully placed.
Yeah. We'll spend hours the night before.
I will
like,
say the
picking
the fun thing as a kid was seeing the wrap present that was huge.
Right, like
Right.
the giant box.
But it's,
or
you don't know
whatnot.
what it is. You just see this big wrapped thing,
Right.
and you're
We've
like, "Oh."
already talked about this, that Santa's gifts will be pretty regular. Like, we don't want her thinking that, like, Santa brings her super awesome, cool gifts, and then her friend at school doesn't get super awesome, cool gifts from
Right.
Santa.
Yeah, trying to
I
keep
see.
the equality going.
Well,
Yeah,
it
so the
looks
big
like a
cool
big
gifts are
gift,
from
but really,
us.
when you break it down, it's just some socks.
It's tidy whities. Yeah.
yeah, it's tidy whities.
No, I'm
Grown
gonna
man's
get
tidy whities.
I'm gonna get my child a little car that she can drive around.
Yeah, I was gonna
in.
say, are you gonna
Yeah.
get her an RC car? Because we never had one.
Yeah, I never got to
I
have
never,
a car.
I never had one of these.
You had too many siblings.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the automated cars, not the.
Oh, a Tesla.
I thought you
Yeah,
meant
I'm
cute
talking
when
about
she,
the
like,
power,
walks.
the power wheels. There it is.
Yeah.
We never got to have power wheels. I had one child, so I could give her all the things that I didn't get. We had to ride stupid bikes. She gets a power wheels.
Yeah, I just had Power Wheels, so I never learned how to ride a bike.
See? Oh no!
Oh no, you suck.
Oh yeah!
Oh,
That's what
She
my
goes from
scooter
power
was
wheels,
for.
and then she has to wait till she can drive a car.
Yep.
right. She's got to drive that Power Wheels down to the Speedway.
Daddy needs more jewel pods. Why don't you head down to the Speedway?
Daddy needs this year's latest Speedway truck.
Yeah. Now that I'm an old man, I collect them so I can think about how the past was better, obviously.
I wasn't even there. It was way before I was born.
The convenience store. Speedway.
Gwen, I need you to power wheel down to the Speedway. I need you to check out the bathroom, see if they put any art in there that Daddy needs to come down and urinate on.
You know how Daddy does on Christmas.
Stop. No.
I want some Jewel Pods and I want some Gardettos, but only the brown chip ones, okay? If you get me the regular Gardettos, you're going to have to charge that power wheel and go right back.
I feel like only sociopaths get the rye chips. I feel like it's like
Oh, it's
too
like
much.
it's like a government test?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like
It's
if
too
you
much
buy
of
the
a
rye
good
chip,
thing. Like,
Agreed.
if you buy the rye chips, you get put on a list.
I saw those today, and I was like, what?
yeah.
Why?
Oh,
It's
you're
just
not
like-
a sociopath. You're
Right.
not.
Well, Gardettos is just Chex Mix without the checks,
Right.
so they don't have to do the trademark, and
Right.
then they just like whittle it down.
And it's about $5
Just
more.
those little
Yeah.
sticks.
Oh, yeah, just the sticks.
Do you all have a favorite Christmas snack? Or like
Shrimp
Christmas
cocktail.
food?
Boom.
Yeah, yeah.
that's
Christmas
No,
pretty good.
ours are dedefinitely the Pitzel cookies
Oh yeah,
that my grandmother
what
used
the
to
Totally.
fuck
make.
was I thinking? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a
Pizzelles,
fool.
fam.
Those
Mom-
are so good.
My mom makes like 5 different kinds of special Christmas cookies. We've got the regular sugar cookies that are shaped like Christmas people that then you decorate with icing.
What are Christmas people?
I don't Christmas things.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like the village
cookie
people, but
cutters.
Christmas.
Yeah, it's like that. They're outside my window. And then you got the swirl cookies. Blair's had some of those. I brought those.
Delicious.
Then she makes these cocoa. It's like almost like a brownie cookie that has like nuts and it's rolled into a ball, and then you dip that in powdered sugar.
Oh.
And then she makes motherfucking pecan tassies.
Why didn't you bring any of those last time?
Because
you
she
brought
hadn't
cookies?
made them yet.
And they're all for Colin.
She
Right.
makes pie crust from scratch, puts it in these tiny, like almost like a metal cupcake tin, but it's really tiny. So then you put the tiny little pie crust in there, and then she makes this goo. That's like that's like
Yeah, the pecan pie filling.
yeah, it's like pecan pie, and then you put it in there, and then it's these tiny little pecan pies basically, and they're very good. So fucking good.
Oh, man. I just remember this
but there's
repressed,
so much work.
God.
this like repressed memory I have of little fat kid Nick. Speaking of like grandmother making pizzelles, I used to ask my grandmother every Christmas to ask Mrs. Claus to make a chocolate cake. And little fat Nick would have his chocolate cake on Christmas
man.
Eve
Did Mrs. Claus make it for you?
every year.
You had the best grandmother.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this. Do you all know what boiled custard is?
I've heard of it, and I don't need to know anymore.
No, thank you.
Have you ever heard of it, Blair?
I don't know. No, I don't think I have.
Joey, have you ever heard
Custard.
of boiled
I don't
custard?
think so.
No.
Turns out I had boiled custard for every Christmas growing up,
didn't know
right?
it?
They shot you up with it while you were
No,
sleeping.
this is a crazy thing. So there's eggnog, right?
Yeah.
And then there's boiled custard. Okay.
I
So there's
guess.
2 different. Hold on.
You're the expert
Let me
here,
explain
man.
this.
Whatever
Let
you
me
say.
explain
There's
this.
apple juice, and then there's steak.
No. It's 2 Christmas drinks. Boiled custard is like eggnog. It tastes a little different. It's just like really sweet, really thick. Eggnog to me tastes weird. Anyway, so I grew up with boiled custard, right? As like a Christmas holiday drink. It's like really rich, so you only have a little bit. And it said fucking boiled custard on the box, like Dean's Milk Company, boiled custard, right? Then one day when I was an adult and I was like, I'm gonna buy my own motherfucking boiled custard, so I want to have just a tiny little dab.
Yeah.
I'm greening out a little bit, and I go to the Kroger at 4 a.m. and I'm like, it's time to get some boiled custard. I don't see it. I can't find it. I see a man stocking the shelf. He looks like he's got even the name tag says he's
dead
been there
for
like
10 years?
No,
Yep.
he's got the name tag says he's been there for like 20 years. And I was, excuse me, sir, where's the boiled custard? And he said, what did you just say to me, son? I said, where is the boiled custard? It is a Christmas drink similar to eggnog. It usually comes out when the eggnog is here. He's like, I don't know what the hell you're even talking about. Boiled custard?
What are you,
The hell
pranking
is
me?
that? Yeah. And he's like, try down on this aisle. So I go down on this aisle. It's the yogurt aisle. And I'm like, no. I call around to Kroger's, to customer service. No one's fucking heard of it. And I'm like, how is this possible? It says it on the box. For years we've gotten it from fucking Kroger, but no one at Kroger even knows what I'm talking about. Finally, after it's 4 a.m, the green is wearing off.
You got Steve Kroger on the phone.
I'm staring at the eggnog like, I don't like eggnog, but I'm going to have to fucking get it. Everything's ruined. And I kind of look over, and on the those glass doors, there's this piece of paper, and I realize it's on every single glass door in the milk aisle. It says, looking for boiled custard. That old piece of shit didn't even. He was like, "What's boiled custard?" It's posted everywhere. I finally read this thing. It's everywhere, and I'm like, "What a fuck that guy." He pointed me to the yogurt aisle. Anyway, and it says, "Guess what? Boiled custard is just a different name for I think it's vanilla eggnog." So if you just get vanilla eggnog, that's basically boiled custard, and they just call it different. It's a regional thing. And I was like, okay, cool, even though I know I've seen it printed on the fucking package my whole life. So I get vanilla eggnog. It's not the same. It's a little bit different. Then I go to a different store finally. There's boiled custard and vanilla eggnog.
Oh.
And guess what? Those bitches were different. And it's not even like a mental child thing. I needed to say this thing so it tastes the same. I'm like, fine, call it whatever. Vanilla eggnog, sure. No, this is a little bit different. It's close, but it's different.
It's like wassail.
Yeah.
And punch.
I love wassail.
Yeah. It's a little different.
It's a little different. Anyway, boiled custard, check it out. It's just really...
Don't ask the old men, because they will get aggro as fuck on you.
Everywhere. He was stalking the milk aisle, and he's like, what the fuck is boiled custard? And later when I
could see veins popping out of your neck.
He was screaming, "Where's Ashton?" the whole time.
But I was, a little high, so I didn't see all the notices. But later when I realized there was notices everywhere, I was like, how does this old fuck not... He put these up. I know he did.
He's like, tell me to do my fucking job. I'll do my fucking job. He's not reading any of
right.
them.
He's like, boiled custard. What the hell did you say to me, son? What the hell is boiled custard?
What'd you call me?
What'd you call me?
I was like, you've been stocking this place for 30 years. I know I'm not crazy. I thought I was crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
I
like a
drove around
situation.
to different Krogers all night, and well, maybe it's at Walmart. Maybe it's at a different store. Maybe it's at... And everyone was like, what the hell are you talking about? I've never heard of this.
He
And I
got
was
several fistfights that night.
And I started to think that my mother maybe lied to me.
She made her own,
She printed the label.
she printed the
And
label.
I was like, why would she do that? And I was like, am I paranoid?
Me and Nick had a similar thing recently with pizzadas.
It's not Christmas related.
It's not Christmas
But
related.
me and Joey, for the last few years, there was this
Few
commercial
years, the
that-
last
yeah,
15
last
years.
15 years. At one point or another, randomly, one of us would just look and go, "Gotta get a pizzata!" And
No one knew what we were fucking talking
I was
about.
like, "Do you guys remember pizzadas?" And everyone's like, no, "What the
Did
fuck
someone
did you
just
say to me?"
mispronounce pizza?
Yeah. Papa John sells pizzadas.
And then you
idiots.
Google pizzata.
and nothing
Nothing
showed up.
showed up.
Like they didn't exist. And we and Joey were like, did we make it up as like a fun goof? Like we were saying pizza, but it was pizzata? What even was a pizzata? Like, couldn't even say. I just remember the commercial saying that. And then I was just one night on a deep YouTube rabbit hole looking at old 90s and 2000s commercials. You know how you do?
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
I've done it at your house.
You know how I make you do?
Yeah.
And then finally, I saw it, and
It was in like a
vindicated.
compilation.
Yeah, it was in like a compilation. It wasn't like, here's a pizzata ad. It was like in minute 17 of like a 30-minute video or something like that. And I timestamped it and linked it to Joey, and we were vindicated.
What was it?
Like an old Pizza
It's
Hut.
kinda- yeah, well, no, it was made by, fucking Hot Pockets or something like that. It was just
Gotcha.
one of those like frozen brands.
Oh, it was like a little pizza or...
Yeah, it was some sort of
Probably like a calzone.
Calzone.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. It was probably calzone.
forever. Dude, I thought I was crazy.
Right,
I'm
and
with
some
you.
old man who stocked the frozen aisle
Yeah,
forever. It's like,
It's like you worked here
Pizzata?
you worked here in 2001. You got to know the pizzata.
right, and he's like, "Are you an idiot? I've seen everything, but I've never seen a pizzata." And you're like, "Oh my god, my life's a lie."
Yeah.
Turns out that old man just sucks.
Yep.
Christmas time.
He was he'd been in his job for so long that he checked out years ago.
I should have brought some boiled custard in.
Yeah, I want to try it.
Yeah, I want to try
Pretty
too.
good. It's sort of reminds me a little bit of Harry Potter world. That
butterbeer.
Butterbeer. A little bit.
Okay.
No fizz. It's like a milk-based thing.
Yeah.
And then you usually serve it cold.
Yeah.
Does it cost $15 a glass like in Harry Potter? For like a root beer float,
It was
basically?
very expensive.
Yeah.
We got to
Right.
keep the cup though.
We did get to keep the cup. Don't know where it is now.
Oh, I got to keep the cup too.
Oh, it's actually holding our wands that we bought. Not that we bought, a different wand that I got at a Renaissance fair from my then girlfriend, Blair. Now what? Then girlfriend. I was like, my then girlfriend, Ashley.
I was like, who else you buy a wand for?
When we broke up, I took it from her and gifted it to you. No.
She worked at a Speedway.
It's a Speedway
I
wand.
peed on the Grinch.
All right, guys. It's been a lot of fun talking about our Christmas memories, stories, boiled custard, pizzadas, the like.
Christmas pizzadas.
Christmas, a few. I used to ask my grandmother to have Mrs. Claus make me pizzadas.
Just secret pizzadas just for me.
Is Mrs. Claus gonna make this little fat boy a chocolate cake again this year?
so sick.
Joey's like, where are my Pokemon cards? It's like, the chocolate cake. It wasn't the whole family. It wasn't like me and my brother and my cousin. No, it was just Nick. Just me.
Special chocolate cake for Nick.
Yeah, my grandmother would have to make that just for me.
Give me them Tinker Toys. Get out of here, fatty.
Yeah, Joey's playing with Tinker Toys. I was eating my chocolate cake.
I can just see a little fluffy Nicholas.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, what you got there, Pikachu?
Just wandering around. I have like the plate resting on my stomach. Just like, oh, what you got there? Is that a Power Wheels? Can't fit in that.
Grandma, can I get some boiled custard to go with this? It'd be pretty
Did
good.
you just say to me? Mrs. Claus only makes chocolate cakes. Oh, man. Fun and a half. Well, to everybody listening out there on Christmas Day, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from your friends at Very Real Talk. We got real about Christmas.
If you all have some Christmas memories, I know it'll be way past the season, but I'll read that shit in March. I don't care.
Absolutely.
You send it to us at vrtcast@gmail.com.
That's right. That's our email address.
Right. Send us your favorite Christmas memories, bad memories, good memories. Tweet at us, VRTcast, or Insta at us. Or,
Yeah, send us pictures of the pizzadas you used to eat.
Right. Leave us horrible YouTube comments, with the rest of YouTube, but on our, videos of
Yeah.
these podcasts.
Yeah, you can find all of our episodes at our website, vrtcast.com. You can also find our other podcast there. That's called Very Real Tournament. It's a comedy battlecast that pits two very real opponents against each other in a very real fight. We do that with our friend Corey Music. That's a blast. If you haven't checked that out, go over there, check it out. Find this podcast on all the podcast apps, iTunes, Podbean, Overcast, CastBox, Google Podcasts. You know where to go by now.
And also, shout out to the Thumps for making the music for this podcast. You can find all their music at thethumps.bandcamp.com. You can also find them on all the streaming services or go to their Facebook, look up where they're playing next.
I want to take this opportunity to thank my wife, Blair, for coming on and talking about Christmas with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. I love it.
I love you.
I love you. Wow.
This sucks.
I don't have anybody but this chocolate cake. Just sitting there, little Grandma. One day will I find a wife to eat the chocolate cake with me?
As I'm stuck in a Power Wheel.
In Christmas Story, when she's like, "How's little piggy eat, Randy?" I imagine that's you with the chocolate cake.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys, let's get out of here and go play with all the presents we got for my child.
Oh,
because I don't get toys
I
anymore.
was going to watch Christmas Story for 24 hours.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, TBS.
I was going to shoot your eye out.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, guys, let's let everybody get back to their families, get back to their presents. Let's go do our thing. I'm Nick Potter.
I'm Joey Potter.
I'm Boiled Colin.
I'm Blair Potter.
It's been real. It's been fun. Merry Christmas, everyone.